Dr. Aidan Cross adjusted the dials on her radio telescope, scanning the cosmos for something unusual. Her life's work revolved around deep space signals, analyzing the echoes of the universe. But tonight, the signal she found wasn't from a distant star. It was from Earth. And worse, it was from the future. Her AI assistant, Echo, processed the transmission, isolating the voice hidden beneath the static. Aidan's breath caught in her throat as the message became clear. If you hear this, time is unraveling. The collapse is near. 72 hours remain. The voice was her own. Aidan's pulse quickened. How could this be? A signal from herself, 100 years ahead? Then the final piece of the message decoded. A set of coordinates. Middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The problem? There was nothing there. Aidan Cross wasn't one to believe in the impossible. But this? This was something she couldn't ignore. She contacted Dr. Elias Wren, a physicist specializing in quantum anomalies. When she mentioned the coordinates, his response was immediate. I've seen those before, he said grimly. Decades ago, those same coordinates led to Horizon Base, a classified research station conducting forbidden experiments on time distortion. The base vanished without a trace. The more they investigated, the stranger things became. Echo detected another signal, this time playing in reverse. Clocks in Aidan's lab started running backward. A second version of the message appeared, warning them to stay away. Something was trying to stop them. But Aidan had made up her mind. If the message was real, then so was whatever sent it. That night, they boarded a deep-sea research vessel and set sail toward the unknown. Descending into the depths of the Atlantic in a submersible, Aidan and Elias watched the darkness swallow them. Their instruments flickered for exactly 30 seconds. Then, the impossible happened. Horizon Base was still there. Intact. Waiting. Inside, the station was silent, too silent. They moved cautiously, passing equipment untouched for decades. But something was wrong. Reality flickered like a dying light bulb. Security cameras showed footage of them arriving, before they even entered. They heard voices whispering their names, but they were alone. The computer logs contained a journal entry, written by Dr. Aidan Cross. But it was dated 50 years ago. Then, the radio came to life. The message isn't a warning. It's a trap. Aidan spun around. The sound hadn't come from the speakers. It had come from the walls. At the heart of the base, they found the transmitter. It was still active, humming with unnatural energy. Echo ran an analysis. The results were terrifying. The signal wasn't predicting the future. It was creating it. Every time someone heard the message, they became part of its loop. The future they feared was a consequence of receiving the warning itself. The machine was the problem. Elias stared at Aidan. If we shut this down, what happens to us? Before she could answer, a third version of the message played. If you're hearing this, we failed. You are already part of the loop. And then the base began to shake. Reality fractured. One moment, Aiden was in the control room. The next, she was standing in another version of Horizon Base, one where the walls were rusted, the lights dead. Then, she saw herself. A version of Aiden, trapped behind the transmitter screen, screaming silently. You were never meant to hear this. Time itself was breaking apart. Objects flickered between past and future. Their reflections in the glass didn't match their movements. And then, the most horrifying truth of all. They had been here before. Every time they tried to stop the machine, they became part of the cycle. The signal was never a warning. It was a self-fulfilling loop. Aiden clenched her fists. No more. She had one last chance to break the loop. One choice. One final chance. If Aiden destroyed the machine, the cycle might end, but so might they. If she let it run, the loop would continue, trapping the next version of herself in the same nightmare. She made her choice. Gripping a metal rod, she smashed the control panel. The machine screamed, electricity surging through the base. The world faded to white. Aiden woke up in her lab. The radio was silent. The signal was gone. It was over. She exhaled, staring at the dark screen. Had she really stopped it? Then, a new frequency appeared. You didn't stop it. The next signal has already been sent. Screen fades to black.